Hi, I'm Paul Andrew, keynote speaker, corporate trainer, and director of The Leadership Coach.
After 16 years of executive leadership in some of Australia's leading not-for-profit organisations, today I speak and consult to businesses across a whole host of industries. Through these organisations and others, I've had the opportunity to speak to many thousands of people, delivering literally hundreds of speeches and trainings in 11 nations to date. The unique experiences of my journey have taught me a significant amount about what makes great not-for-profits truly special, and as a result, the critical lessons that big business can learn from them about how to build a movement, not just a company. I've learned these principles on the coalface, leading a large staff and as many as 600 volunteers, and then crafted those ingredients into workshops and tested them in the marketplace with real businesses before distilling them down into keynote presentations with substance. As an executive coach, I'm working one-on-one with dozens of business leaders at any given time across the gamut of challenges they face in managing themselves and mobilising others. Of course, that has an enormous influence on me as a speaker. In this short video, you'll have the opportunity to see me in action with some recent clients, including Gloria Jean's Coffees, Flight Centre, and others. You'll also hear directly from some of the clients themselves. So first, let's join the all-team meeting at Gloria Jean's Coffees where I spoke on the currencies of motivation, and then hear from their CEO, Keith Brown, about the impact these ideas have had across the business. First thing you have to understand is that people have different currencies. Now, I'm going to use the word currencies right throughout this short presentation this afternoon. I want to explain what I mean by that. What on earth are the currencies of motivation? To me, when we have relationship, when we interact, when as a leader or as a team we interact with each other, a transaction is taking place. And I believe, I'm going to focus this talk this afternoon on external motivators, that those motivators that are outside of ourselves, as opposed to, say, internal motivators like pride in a job well done, or aspiring towards a goal or being a better person, external motivators act a lot like currencies in that teams can give things to each other in the way we do relationship and teams, and leaders can give things to people that act an awful lot like currency in the fact that it's a transaction that the person values, and because they value it, it has an impact on their motivation. Now, I believe there are, as I would see it, at least 8 different major currencies. And as I go through these just briefly now, I'd encourage you to think about what would your major currencies be. The point being, people have different currencies. The whole point of this is that we're not all motivated the same way, and there are great dangers in assuming that we are.
Paul started working with Gloria Jean's a year ago, and started in a sort of executive role in terms of presentations to the group, and from that has led on to a number of other areas. To put that in context, he started presenting at a monthly team meeting that we had. A couple of great presentations, one on teamwork, one on motivation, and they've had real traction across the business, and even 6, 7, 8 months later, the language and the terminology is embedded across the business. From those assignments, Paul then went on to build some of his leadership development programs into our Gloria Jean's program, and both in terms of content and the delivery of those programs, again, is now embedded in our permanent L&D program. The big advantage then for us as Gloria Jean's is then when Paul is presenting to us or involved in us in a number of different capacities, he's very much talking our language, he understands the business, and really is considered part of the Gloria Jean's family. His influence has been widespread, enduring, and I have no hesitation in recommending him across a broad range of leadership and coaching assignments to any organisation.
As a speaker with a fairly unique background and an absolute passion for helping individuals become achievers and companies become movements, I'm often asked to speak on subjects including the currencies of motivation. Too often, organisations try to motivate everyone in the way the leader likes to be motivated. So how can teams better recognise and reward what individuals really value? Sticky Teams explores the secrets of great teams and what causes them to stick together for the long haul. Because without longevity, even the most talented teams underachieve. Creating innovative cultures, which you'll see highlights of in just a moment, where creativity is harnessed to purpose on all levels of the organisation, and every individual can contribute their best. I also speak and train on a range of subjects to develop teamwork, communication, motivation, and leadership in the workplace, with formats all the way from keynote presentations to workshops over several days. Let's take a look at a workshop with team leaders at Flight Centre, where as a result of my presentations to this team, 14 out of 15 in this group engaged me for 3 months of one-on-one leadership coaching.
I am absolutely convinced that in life and in leadership, for better or worse, you get what you focus on. If you think of it that basically you're at the top of a path looking forward, and you put out here that this was, say, 10 years from now, then I would say I like to think of vision as being, not just so much what I'm doing now, but where are we really going? That's vision. If this was, say, 1 year from now, then to me that I'm playing on words, but in a lot of ways that's more like direction. Where are we going 1 year from now in order that 10 years from now, and this might be in your personal life, might be in your business life, whatever, we are on track for vision. And here, at the 1 month mark, this is the now. At the 1 month mark, this is about action. So if you want to string that together, focus for me, if you can only see off in the distance, you need glasses, right? Your focus is off. If you can only see things close up, you need glasses. I'm talking about natural eyesight, but it's exactly the same for a leader's visionary eyesight, if you get what I'm saying. When it comes to focus, if I can only see things close up, I need glasses too. Whether it's long-sighted or short-sighted, the definition really of good vision is to be able to see at all different distances with focus.
It was quite awesome that from day one we had a few other people listening in on Paul, and that has now meant that he was such a success with our first few sessions that we had with him and with our team leaders, that he's now been used in 3 or 4 of our other areas. He's been used at both an area leader level, team leader level, as well as a future team leader or assistant manager level. He's just added a fresh perspective to our guys and to our teams that has really made a huge difference to them and to how we've been operating the last few months. That's seen just in the way the guys are operating at a higher level. They really are, even though we are experiencing perhaps the toughest times our company has experienced in a long time, and yet our leaders are still determined to improve themselves and keep driving their businesses forward, and that's something I'll be just eternally grateful for.
I've got one more presentation I'd like to show you. A seminar for team leaders and managers at Compassion Australia, an organisation that facilitates child sponsorship in the world's poorest communities. This session was on creating innovative cultures.
Now, if you want a culture that kills innovation, that is a really good start right there, is to be the sort of leader or manager who overtly or covertly says to people, good ideas are my ideas. It's a big person, a big leader, a confident, self-assured person that is not at all threatened by the fact that brilliant ideas, great strategies, breakthrough moments and concepts came from someone other than them. In fact, I think the best of those sorts of leaders see it as a reflection on their own ability to lead and foster that sort of environment, not to steal the credit for somebody else, but they see it as part of their job to breed that sort of culture into the team that they lead. But to what extent, let me personalise it, do you put all of that pressure, responsibility, or even opportunity on yourself to be the one that brings ideas? And to what extent do you believe, really in the way you lead, in collaboration? My belief, my hunch, is that it's even more valuable for us to stop stopping people from having ideas than it is to start people having ideas.
Today's presentation was really good. It aligned to where we would like to go with innovation as an organisation. It really started us on that journey. He also captured some of the issues that we've had with innovation within our organisation and was able to address that in a very productive, positive way, which was excellent.
Well, that's a taste of who I am and what I do. I really want to thank you for taking the time to watch this today. I trust that you've enjoyed it, and I hope to hear from you soon about opportunities for me to make a contribution to your organisation or event. Feel free to contact me on the details below,
or visit my websites, paulandrew.net or theleadershipcoach.com.